Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Sonic & Knuckles, Sonic 06. These are Sonic games that even the most casual of gamers know of. Even my friend who knows nothing about video games has at least heard of Sonic Boom.
Blast processing technology? Oh, gimme!
The Sonic fanbase is one of the most dedicated groups of people on this planet, making sure that every game in the franchise gets their spotlight. But sometimes, a game slips through the cracks and seemingly goes unnoticed. For example, have you ever heard of WakuWaku Sonic Patrol Car? That is a 100% real game that Sega made. And that's essentially what we're going to be checking out today. Some of Sonic the Hedgehog and his friends' forgotten games. So I guess let's start off with a game I mentioned a couple of seconds ago. WakuWaku Sonic Patrol Car. First of all, what even is that name? And secondly, Sonic is a police officer in this game, and he's the cutest little thing I've ever seen. I still don't know what a WakuWaku is, but I think I wanted a little bit more. Thank you, Officer Sonic. We appreciate your duty. So let's start this bad boy up. Sonic, wearing a police uniform, speaking Japanese. I think I've seen it all. This is the best game. So the actual game has Sonic driving as slow as possible on this highway in an attempt to capture Eggman. You'll have to avoid cars by switching lanes, using your hand signals, and stopping at red lights. You know how if you played Grand Theft Auto long enough, you'd eventually just get bored and start playing like a law-abiding citizen? That's kinda like what this is. But mandatory. Oh well, at least we get to see a bunch of cute animals crossing the street. And now we catch up with Eggman already? Wait, we're fighting?
My darkness will envelop you!
Apart from this already being the boss battle, what are you doing, Sonic? His attack against Eggman is pretty simple. It's a jump attack, but he jumps out of the car, leaving it completely unattended, to attack a civilian without reading him his rights. Now, normally this stuff wouldn't be an issue, but in this universe, Sonic is a police officer. He should be obeying the law. So we defeat Eggman, and that's the game. It took about 2 minutes to beat, and there's nothing else to talk about. So why is this game so short, you might ask? Well, WakuWaku Sonic Patrol Car is actually an arcade game. Yeah, kids would go inside this model police car that Sonic drives around and play the game like that. Which is why the driving segments are fairly slow and empty, as well as the entire game being fairly short. Upon revisiting this game and seeing screenshots of the actual car itself, I could have sworn I played this one time when I was like 6. But who knows? There are so many Sonic the Hedgehog arcade games. Like this next one, Sega Sonic Popcorn Shop. Very nice. It's another arcade game with a really fancy looking cabinet. The story of the game is that Sonic and Tails want to make popcorn in seemingly the most difficult and convoluted way possible, with placing it on a long conveyor belt. And Eggman, for some reason, wants to spoil their evening. You know, guys, you could just put that in a microwave and all of your problems would be solved.
Of course!
The game plays with a crank that you constantly need to be turning to make Sonic run. We did it! 2 whole minutes later, again, we got the popcorn to the machine, engulfed Eggman in flames, did that glitch, and popcorn for everyone. Literally. What's really cool about this arcade machine is that it's actually a legit working popcorn maker. You'd put in your money and it would make popcorn for you. So, while you were waiting for it to pop and finish, you could play this fun little mini game to pass the time. Hence why it was so easy, with the only controls being turning a crank. A Sonic game that makes you popcorn, proving once again that Japan is, without a doubt, the greatest place on Earth. Man, Sonic the Hedgehog arcade games really are some of the greatest games in the series, and most people have never even heard of them. I mean, check out this gem. Sega Sonic the Hedgehog, the arcade game. First off, it's 3 players, which is a really nice surprise. You and 2 other friends take control of Sonic, Ray, and Mighty. I guess this was before Tails or Knuckles were invented. The opening cutscene looks really awesome and sets a good tone for this game. Hectic and adventurous. I mean, just look with your own eyes at how frantic this game is. The characters move insanely fast, which actually makes sense. And there's just lava and explosions and obstacles at every turn. It kind of reminds me of Sonic 3D Blast with its isometric top-down view. just done right. You're pretty much guaranteed to die over and over and over in this game, but I won't fault it for that. It is an arcade game after all. It's designed to eat up as much of your quarters as possible. Or yen, whatever. But still, despite its crazy difficulty, the game really is a one-of-a-kind experience. It's got good graphics, nice-looking cutscenes, smooth gameplay, multiplayer. This game gets the Waffle seal of approval, 10 out of 10. I would not make a good game reviewer. I give everything 10 out of 10. But maybe you're someone who enjoys a more skill-based arcade experience with games like Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat. You know, fighting games. Well, with no surprise, Sonic also has his own fighting game. Because why wouldn't he? Sonic the Fighters. We have beloved classics like Knuckles, Amy, Espio, Bark the Polar Bear, Bean the Dynamite, that's not even an animal. Okay, so there's characters here who I'm not that aware of. Excuse me for not reading the comic book or watching the Saturday morning cartoon. Let's fight! And it's no Smash Bros, but it only cost $0.25, so who could really complain? Me, apparently. Okay, now here's Sega Sonic Cosmo Fighter. We get this really cute animation of Sonic jumping into a spaceship and blasting off into space. The game is a shoot-'em-up similar to Galaga, but just like many of the other Sonic arcade games, it was meant for really, really young kids. Hence why there aren't many enemies attacking you, and why Sonic is loaded with missiles and ammunition. Oh, and the length? Well, it's once again really short. The magic number so far seems to be 2 minutes, and yeah, that's also the case here. On the plus side though, Eggman has this really cool Dragon Bot armor that I don't think has made any other appearances.
I need Dragon Sword power!
Yay, we saved space? Also, what are all of you doing out here? Story time! Once upon a time, there was a beloved Sonic the Hedgehog themed puzzle game titled Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. It was so fun and charming. Then there was this other one called Sonic Eraser, and it was depressing and hated by everyone. The end. Sonic Eraser is an obscure puzzle game that not a lot of people remember, which is fair enough, because it was beyond boring and generic. Look at that background. It's nothing. Look at that box art. It's hideous. Listen to the music. You will hate yourself.
What did you say?
I said I'll take a...
Huh?
I heard his order, Mr. Krabs. He said he was...
Please, make it stop!
It's time for our main event. Remember the Sega Pico? That kid's laptop thing that also played games? I talked about it in my Sonic Educational Games video, so check that out if you want to know more in detail. Anyway, there was another Sonic game that was released on it, simply called Sonic the Hedgehog's Game World. What we have here is essentially a compilation of minigames, accompanied with a small storyline of Sonic trying to stop Eggman's evil plans. You know, basic stuff. Think Mario Party, but on drugs. And less fun, of course. Let's play a game.
I want to play a game.
Not that kind of game. So first up is basketball. Or hoops, if you want to be hip with the kids. We're playing hoops. It's a fairly simple basketball game. Just time up your shots whenever these horrible abominations of basketball hoops with feet and eyes walk by. Also, what?
I'm going!
Then we got Sonic Ball. Or Skee Ball if you're a normal person. Cool. Now we're climbing trees. Just going on up and coming on down. This is literally mash the button the game. I can't stress enough the age range this game is meant for. So why am I playing it? That's a really good question, to be honest. The graphics look really impressive for a game released on this, a toy that technically shouldn't even have graphics. I will admit though, some of them are fairly fun and challenging for the appropriate age range. Hey there, bunny! What do you have to say? Sonic is a hedgehog. Did you really? Thank you for that, I guess, but I think that was, very obvious. So the final game has us against Robotnik looking for a diamond. In the very appropriately titled name for the game, Diamond Maze. I'm positive that in order to find this diamond, we'll have to use all of our educational learnings from these past games. It's like the Karate Kid. All of these mini-games were secretly training us for this moment.
Get the out!
Or, nope, Sonic can just say, nah, screw this, I'm just gonna throw literally everything out of my way until I find it. Brute force is usually the best route to take. So we find the diamond, Eggman throws a fit, and the battle is over. What battle? Thank you, Sonic. And Picky. And Pocky. And Ricky. And Flicky. And Dasher. And Dancer. And Prancer. And Vixen. And Comet. And Cupid. Thank you, Santa. Have a Merry Christmas, everyone. Ho, ho, ho. Ho, ho. Oh, it's only March. Oops.